In this video, we are going to go through really tough triple blank text completion, and we're going to look for what I call the hidden clue. Now, I should definitely preface this by saying that this is a really tough question, and do not watch this video unless you are getting most of the text completions right, and you're clearly going to get the more difficult question on, or the difficult section on the actual GRE. If you're just starting off and you've gone through the other triple blanks, that's fine, but don't necessarily watch this one. It's using a technique basically that doesn't even come up in the easy, medium, and some of the semi-hard text completions, triple blank, double blank. And so pull yourself away, go dive into the product, practice, get better, come back, and then watch this video. Okay, cool. If you are still with me, let's look here for the hidden clue. Yeah, this one's kind of monstrous. It's about 7 or 8 lines worth of verbiage. But let's sift through it and see if we can figure out which blank is the easiest one to work with and where the hidden clue is. Keene argues that the political conditions during the early years of the U.S. were, if anything, blank to the formation of a nation united by one document, the Constitution. Well, it could be permissive, conducive, inimical, which would more or less be the opposite of those two. But really, there's nothing that we, based on the sentence at least, that up until this point that we can say, oh, it's definitely A, B, or C. Now, don't think, oh, I've read a lot about the U.S. history and I know the Constitution. I think it's, A, B, or C. Read the entire text completion. Had it not been for a few men, these guys, to blank the Constitution, what are they going to do? Are they going to be in favor of it? Are they going to challenge it? Which one are we going with? Again, if you have some knowledge in the twilight part of your brain thinking, wait a second, wasn't that guy for it? Don't let that intrude. So, to blank the Constitution, despite the seemingly implacable opposition of those who favored state rights. Aha, now we have a clue. And it's hidden because it's way down here at the very bottom. It's not hanging out around top here on the first and second blank. But we can see that these 3 guys, we'll call them the triumvirate, that's what he calls them, they were in favor of a central government because they were being opposed by those who favored state rights. Therefore, they were in favor of the Constitution, which was a document that united the nation. So therefore, they were champions or supporters of the Constitution. And if we have implacable opposition going on here, then wait a second, the political conditions weren't ripe and friendly for the Constitution or any document hoping to unite the entire nation. And so we want to get rid of those positive words and go for the negative, which means hostile or antagonistic, inimical. And then that allows us to go to the third blank. And we have here the central government would have had to blank matters of rule to the individual states. So if it wasn't for the triumvirate to support the Constitution, well, then the individual states would have the rights. They would have had to give rights. So that would kind of be my own simple word there. And then I match that with the blank. Denies the opposite. Reintroduce. Well, did they even have it in the first place? So no. So to cede is to give up, to surrender, and there's our answer. So the idea here is sometimes you have to read the entire thing. Don't just go for the first blank or even the second blank if the third blank's the easiest. And once you find this clue that can be buried deep down here, it can help illuminate all the other blanks, but don't assume anything, especially in this case if you think you know something about U.S. history. Read the entire text completion. The answers will always be based on the text here and, of course, on the clue.